So, are you looking at moving to Charlottesville but wondering really what it's all about? Depending on where you land, it can make a big difference about your experience and whether it's a good one or a bad one. So, pay attention. We're going to dive right into it, and I'm going to show you what you can look forward to. If you don't want to be right in the city, there are plenty of options, and your lifestyle can be different depending on where you move to. So let's go north, up US Route 29, and here we have neighborhoods like Hollymead, Forest Lakes, Brookhill Commons. We get further north, we get into the Earlysville area. Okay, Brookhill Commons is one of the newer ones. It's very close. It sits just north of the Rivanna River, right on 29. Consisting of a lot of apartments for people who are renting. It has a lot of townhomes, rather tall, 3 and 4 stories, and they're starting to put some detached single-family homes in there. The advantage to that is it's very, very close to the city. Like I said, you're just north of the Rivanna River, right on US Route 29. You can zip in. There's shopping. There's restaurants. Yes, you're going to deal with a little bit of traffic on 29 since it is a 6-lane at this point and can get a little bit congested, but anything north of town is going to be most accessible from US Route 29. So you put up with the good and the bad. The good is that, it's going to move you quickly. You can get right into downtown Charlottesville and anything else in the area. The bad is at rush hour, it's going to be tough getting back, but you're not going to have to drive as far. So that's the advantage of Brookhill Common. Now, just north of that is Hollymead, which has been around for about 30 years or so, maybe even longer. Mostly single-family detached homes there. And the opportunities don't come up every day, but they're very nice homes, and you can count on getting a yard there and that sort of thing. Also, Forest Lakes, much larger. Forest Lakes is it's not gated, but it is an HOA, and it even has communities within the HOA. Plus, it has a couple of elementary schools right there within the community, so that's very convenient. And also nearby is Forest Lake Shopping Center, which is on both sides of 29. So your usual amenities, restaurants, grocery shopping, there's a Target there, other shops of that sort. Very close by, you're crossing over 29 and not going up and down 29 for that. So that is Forest Lakes and its shopping. And then just north of that is Prophet Road, which as you cross 29 and head west becomes Airport Road. And guess what? That's where the airport is. So very close and convenient for those times they have to fly in and out. And people may like Charlottesville Airport, they might not. I do because parking is close by. I don't have to walk far to get into the building. And being a smaller regional airport, you can get through security much more quickly than you can at the larger airports. North of that, we come into Earlysville, which is on the west side of 29. And now we're getting more into the country. You're going to get more land. You're going to see more views of the mountains and the hills and a lot more trees than you would have in the neighborhoods we talked about earlier. That's Earlysville. And then as you get north of Earlysville, now you're crossing over into Greene County, which has a lot of smaller neighborhoods on both sides of 29. And again, you can find anything from 1/3 of an acre lot on up to 2 acres. If you're looking for even more land than that, occasionally there are ones that come along. And there are the neighborhoods that have as much as 5 or 10 acres. And of course, the occasional farm comes on the market or farmette. It all depends on what you're looking for. But that is crossing into Greene County, and now we're getting up further north. After Greene, you're Ruckersville, leave Ruckersville, head north, now you're up into Madison County, and you're in an even more mountainous area. So that's headed north of the city. If we go south, again, the major route is US Route 29, but there is a huge difference. Once you cross Interstate 64, everything opens up. It is very rural, it's very country. You will see farms, cattle farms, hay farms, soybeans. It's just very rural. There's a lot of farms down here. It's just very spread out. And you're not going to see the development that you see on the north side of town. So that is what's there. In fact, there's almost nothing in terms of business, industrial, or commercial development until you get all the way into Nelson County and into the town of Livingston, which I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but we're talking 1,200, 1,500 people. That's the county seat of Nelson County, which is very rural, very mountainous, very beautiful if you like those kinds of vistas, and having the space very quiet there, and what I call Southern Albemarle County. If you don't take 29, there's also Route 20, which runs east of 29. That goes down to Scottsville. Again, you're winding around, you're going past farms, very small communities there, lots of houses close by up on the road, and then streets off of there going back into more rural communities. One of the places I like on 29 South is Dr. Ho's Pizza. And I'm just going to say, if you're ever in the area, you want to try that out because it's really, really good and very famous locally. As I said, Route 20, not 29, but Route 20 will take you down to Scottsville. Small community, small town, been there a long time, was founded because it's right there on the James River. And I've got another video talking about the details on Scottsville. So watch out for that. And that's south of Charlottesville. Now let's head west. You go west, you're going to run into places like Ivy off of Route 250. And then beyond that, you're going to hit Crozet. Now, I've got a video on Crozet. It's another small town. It was founded because of the railroads, and it is next to the Afton Mountain Tunnel, which was, or actually I should say that's Claudius Crozet Tunnel, was engineered by Claudius Crozet, a French engineer. But that's how Crozet was formed. And there you've got old communities, you've got new ones. We talked about Old Trail and all the stuff in yet another video talking about Crozet, but that's about 12 miles west. And again, Ivy, which I mentioned earlier, in between Crozet and Charlottesville, that is large estates, big land holdings, some farms out that way. Again, very rural, very laid back, very quiet, great views of the mountains. You know, if you're interested in that kind of thing, you know, schedule a tour, take a look. I guarantee you, I like it because it's just wide open. Lots of beautiful views of the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's west of town. Now let's go east. We're talking about Keswick. We're talking about Glenmore. These are both the high-end gated communities, HOAs if you will, with large homes on large tracts within. Not so much in Glenmore as in Keswick, but you can get good-sized yards in both places and a little bit of seclusion and privacy. Again, they are gated. There's 24-hour security going there, and you move further east. Now we start getting into the Zion Crossroads area, which sits at Albemarle, Fluvanna, and Louisa County. They all come together right there. Zion Crossroads again has shopping. There's a Walmart there. There's a Lowe's. There are a lot of out parcels. Hotels are springing up there, and we've got Spring Creek, which is a gated community, mostly single-family homes. There are some townhome sections in there. It's got a golf course. It's got a lake. It has lots of other amenities. Again, that's a gated community, and that's very desirable because it's right there on Interstate 64 with easy access to Charlottesville. It's probably 14 miles by the interstate to Pantops, which takes you right into the city proper, and you can get to Short Pump and Richmond east on 64 in about 45 minutes or so. So anyway, that's just a quick, these are some different neighborhoods within the confines or area of greater Charlottesville, Virginia. So you don't have to be in the city. You can be outside in some of these places. So hope this gave you something to chew on, something to think about, and we're going to go into more detail in these communities and others in later videos. But if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And till next time, happy hunting.